Hey guys, it's Ryan here with HobbiesofaMan. Once again, and today we're going to be doing our TBR video for the month of November. So, November is when I have Thanksgiving, and usually I think it's going to be a time when I have a lot of time to read. And it's never really the case. I do have more time, but I also end up kind of spending most of that time with my family, right? So, I don't actually end up reading more, but I hope that I will, right? So, I'm going to focus on trying to make my TBR things that I can read digitally so that I don't have to carry around a bunch of stuff between, here and Houston. So that'll be that. But I do have still mostly physical books. So I will mention them here in a moment. But I do want to mention again, I am waiting on a book from Tentai before I do the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. At this point, I'm kind of thinking about just doing the giveaway without the Tentai book and sending the Tentai book to the winner later. I'm not really sure. I would like to not do that, but it has gotten to the point where it's been way too many months and it kind of sucks, right? So I haven't really sat down to think about it too much, but I will try to do that this week, and I'll let you guys know if I have a giveaway or not next month. However, I will have a giveaway anyways because there was a sort of clerical issue with Edgar Rice Burroughs Incorporated or .com. I don't remember which is the correct thing, but they ended up sending me a second Joe Jusko art book, and I asked them, "Do you want me to give it back, and or instead of giving it back, can I give it away?" And they told me that they were perfectly happy with me giving it away on a video as long as I sent them a copy of the video. So I will be doing a giveaway at some point this month. I have to figure out how I'm going to do it, but I will be doing it. But it is for Tarzan fans. So I know that it's not going to really appeal to the vast majority of my subscriber base, but hopefully having that giveaway does bring in new people into the channel, right? So I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I did end up with a second copy, and I do want to give it away. So that's it for the kind of update kind of part of the video. Now let's get into the books here. It might be a lot of reading actually because I'm gonna mostly focus on novels, right? But I think that I will be able to get through most of them. So first of all, we have our leftovers. So I want to finish Conan, this first book. I want to get the second one, and I want to start that one as well. But I don't think I will anytime soon. So I just want to focus on finishing the first one. I have, I don't know, about, let's see, about 100 pages left, which is about 6 or 7 stories. So I have 2 more videos I can make out of this, and hopefully I will do that here soon. I'm not really sure when, but hopefully soon, right? So there you go. That's it for Conan. Then we have Tarzan number 4. I need to finish this. I'm halfway through the book, more or less, and I want to get through it as soon as I can so I can get on to the next one, because the next one is the Jewels of Opar, and I've heard a lot of good things about that one. I'm also interested in seeing if that means that Law becomes an important character, because I really like that character a lot. So yeah, not much to say about this one, but I hope that I can finish it here soon. And then the last leftover is The Murder on the Orient Express, because I didn't really enjoy it that much last month, so I'm hoping that if I can push through another 50 pages and get into more of the meat of the story, I can actually enjoy it and then get past that little hump at the beginning and finish off this book, because I want to be a fan of Agatha Christie. I think that she wrote a lot of interesting, cool books, and I want to read them, but I have not had the opportunity to become a fan of her yet. So hopefully I will soon. So that's it for the leftovers. Now, in terms of novels, first, let's talk about one that I have digitally. So that would be Slice of Life by Solomon Ignis. He's a friend of the channel. He has sent me books to review before. And when he released this one, I asked him, hey, can I have a copy of this? And can I review it in November? Because the overall theme of this month is going to be like food-related things, because Thanksgiving is in November. And also, kind of, because I don't actually have that many food-related manga and books to kind of deal with, I also want to go into kind of the comfy area, right? So things that are not really high stakes, things that are going to be much more human and kind of slice of lifey are going to be kind of the main thing here. But there's also a secondary theme, which has to do with, action adventure heroes like James Bond and stuff like that, because there was a reading event this month that has to deal with James Bond and Ian Fleming type stuff, but I don't remember who's running it, and I don't remember if I've seen a video about it beyond the one that initially made me privy to this event, right? But I do want to kind of get into that part of things. So some of the books here are going to be kind of all over the place, right? But it is mostly in those two categories, right? Like the slice of life food stuff, and then the action hero kind of thing, right? So yeah, slice of life, like I said, and then Legends and Lattes, which I've heard really great things about. This is kind of one of the few cozy fantasy stories that I've seen from the Western market, which is nice because it's a genre I really like, but it's one that I don't really see the Western kind of authors really tackle, and I think that's because it's not really a traditionally published kind of route. But these guys have been able to self-publish and then gotten so much recognition that they get picked up by actual publishers, right? So that's cool. I don't know how difficult it's going to be to read this. It's only 200 and something pages, so it should be quick, but I say that a lot, and I actually don't end up reading as much as I used to, right? So we'll see how that goes, but I'm very excited about this one. And then in terms of, that kind of like action sequence character that I want to talk about, I want to talk about Query this month. So I'm going to read this because I ended up buying this for my haul last month, and it's one that I really want to get to, so we'll see if I can get to this one as soon as possible. Query is about this guy that was off in a war. He comes back and he realizes that his wife is actually sleeping with one of the people he knows, and so he goes and kills this guy in revenge, and from there he becomes a hired killer. So he's not really a hero, but he's not really necessarily a villain either, and I find that to be really interesting. This also had a show at some point made out of it, and I think that's really, really cool, and hopefully it's a good introduction to the hard case crime novels, because mostly I've been into hard case crime comic books, right? So yeah, and then finally, if I have the time, I actually do want to get to some James Bond. I have these two really cool James Bond omnibuses. Let me reach back here behind me to show you the other one that I ended up getting for $5 each at a used bookstore near my house where my parents live. I bought these many, many years ago and haven't gotten around to reading them yet, but I thought that this would be a nice time to do so. So the 6 stories collected here are From Russia with Love, Dr. No, Goldfinger, Thunderball, On Her Majesty's Service, and You Only Live Twice. So as far as I understand it, James Bond's books are all self-contained. However, With Love from Russia and Dr. No are connected. There's one story across the two of them. So I'm not really sure which one I'll read, but I'll end up picking one of the novels from these omnibuses and reading that this month. So that is if I have time for it. If not, it's not a big deal. I'll wait for some other month, but I really do want to get to doing it here in November, right? So yeah, this is for the novels. In terms of comic books, I only have 2. The first one being Noir Burlesque, which again is this kind of like noir action hero type story. Really cool. Let me show you some of the artwork here. Let me see. Make sure that it's not anything raunchy. This is by Marini, and he does a great job. And a comic book that's really out of left field for me this month, which would be Invincible Ultimate Collection 1, but I think it's because I've been collecting these month to month, right? But also, I feel like Invincible Season 2 came out recently, or is coming out this month, and I want to kind of join into the hype without watching the show because I'm not ready to watch it yet, but I want to join in the hype, so I'm going to read part of the story, right? So, yeah, I'm not really sure how much this covers, but I think it does cover up to the end of the first season, but I'm not really sure, but that's part of my to read this month. And that's it for the comic books. In terms of manga, in terms of digital stuff, I want to read the first 3 arcs of Food Wars. I have previously read some of Food Wars, but not too much of it. And I want to get back to that story. So I will read the first 3 arcs of Food Wars. I also want to read Like Me, or what's it called? So You Like Me, Not My Daughter, Volume 1. This is more of a comfort romance. That's the best way I can kind of think of talking about it. And Campfire Cooking with My Absurd Skill, Volume 2. Then, in physicals, I want to read My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me, which is a romantic comedy. And then, that's it for the digital stuff, and then for the light novels. In terms of physical manga, I want to read all of these Spy Family volumes. So here's number 9, here's number 8, and number 7. And let me see if I can grab the rest of them. Here's number 6, number 4, they're kind of out of order, sorry. Number 5, and number 10, which means I would be caught up to the physical releases. So those are my plans for this month. I don't know if I'm going to get around to doing all of them. And the cool thing about the manga stuff is that aside from that one novel, everything I can read digitally. So I don't have an excuse for it when I go home and I don't take these books with me. So that'll be good. I will focus the first 2.5 weeks of the month on the physical stuff and slice of life. So I'm mostly focusing on the novels and the comic books, and I'll leave the manga for whenever I feel like it. So those are my plans this month. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought, and let me know what you guys are reading this month. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and see you guys later.